So popular here from Jenny Lee. You're getting 6 of the 9-ounce cinnamon swirl demi loaves, chocolate chip and strawberry. $29 is your price. Your 3 easy payments, $9.67. It's M95813. We're talking about a 5th-generation family-run bakery who specializes in this really wonderful bread that we all love. There is no choice to make because you're getting 6 loaves. You're going to get 2 of the cinnamon swirl. You're going to get 2 of the cinnamon swirl chocolate chip, and then you're going to get 2 of the cinnamon swirl strawberry. Marie Louise Lugwit, come on in here. Let's talk about Jenny Lee. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Do you still have some room left?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
What a great show it has been. And if you're up for it, if you know me from my 25 years at QVC, I like to take a little road trip, Anifa.
Yes.
So if we jump in our car in Westchester and you meet me halfway there, we go to a beautiful little town right outside of Pittsburgh. Through a few tunnels and some bridges to McKees Rocks, where we are celebrating Jenny Lee 150-year tradition. How about that?
Wow.
5 generations of a true yeast fermented bread. The texture, the crumb is beautiful. It is reminiscent of all the breads we loved when we were younger and still bake the same way today.
I love that. All right, let's get into these flavors because I want to talk about the flavors and I want to talk about how they make the bread, all that yummy stuff. And we got a few minutes, so we can really take our time and get into it.
We have to get into that butter bath, that all-important butter bath that makes us special, and also that shape on here. So what we're doing today is, if you follow Jenny Lee through the years, by the way, we were the winner of the best bread several years in a row for the Customer Food Choice Awards, especially last year. So thank you for that. You'll note that we have 2 sizes. We have a larger size, and then we have what we call our demi loaf, and this is about 9 to 10 slices on here. We like to say this is perfect freezer size, perfect to stick in your neighbor's mailbox to say, hey, thanks for watering my plants while I was away for a week.
That's me. Trust me.
3, yeah, me too. 3 flavors that everybody loves. You want to follow me along. So they all have that yeast fermentation, which we love, and they all have something really special and iconic for Jenny Lee, and that is the cinnamon in the bread. They bring the cinnamon in. It's Indonesian and Vietnamese. Say that fast 3 times. They get it ground here in the States. They mix it with the sugar. It's got a little bit of a zing to it. So it's a definite signature cinnamon for Jenny Lee, but you're getting, you can see right here, and you have them, and I made sure you had some in the studio.
Yep.
That signature Jenny Lee cinnamon swirl all the way through the bread. Look at this, and you can see that round shape on there. So you're getting 2 of the classic cinnamon. So this is cinnamon sugar with our yeast bread. You are getting 2 loaves of it's relatively new cinnamon strawberry. We love this for so many reasons. The strawberries in here, I happen to have a bowl of them. When we talk about dried strawberries, these are like raisins. They're sweet, they're chewy, they have just a little bit of tartness to it, and when you take the bite in the bread, they're so delicious.
Yum.
And you'll also note that it also has a pink tinge to it because this bread gets finished off with a little bit of strawberry jam into the dough, so it gives it a nice pink finish. And then finally, fully loaded cinnamon with a chocolate chip. So you've got a premium chocolate all the way through. They actually freeze the chocolate chips before they put it in the dough, so it better distributes through it. So 3 different flavors that we love, all beautiful. Look at that strawberry with those big, juicy, dried strawberries all the way through the middle. So 2 loaves of each, about 9 to 10 slices in each loaf. So you're talking about 54 slices of bread, if you count that end piece.
Yep, if you count the end piece.
What happens at my house, true story tonight, is my husband was helping me because I was in the main studio earlier and had to kind of take a quick trip up here. He was helping me put all of these pieces of bread out, and every time he got to that end piece, which we called the heel growing up in Toledo, Ohio, by the way, he ate it.
Oh, well,
he ate it.
I can see why.
So if you're
it has
counting,
all that good stuff on it.
they're counting, we're down a few slices from this end.
It's all right. We won't tell. We won't tell.
Yeah.
We won't tell. There's so
Yeah.
much you can do with this bread. That's why people love it so much. Like, I know one of your favorite things, Marie Louise, is you make that yummy French toast.
I do, and I'm going to show you this.
But I
here,
know
and
you
I'm
want to
hoping
talk
that
about
we
the
can
sugar.
show-
We haven't even finished talking about like the sugar and the butter and all of that. But that French toast with this bread is divine.
Well, thank you for saying so, because I really put a lot of love into making some of these fabulous beauty plates to show everybody, and sometimes we don't get to them. But French toast is great with this. 9 slices in there with a family in the morning, and if you have more than that or you want to make more, remember you got 3 different flavors to choose from, but just on a hot griddle. I take whatever fruit is in season. Right now we have beautiful strawberries, blueberries, and peaches in here. And I kind of caramelize them a little bit and just put them on the top. And you've got a beautiful dish of French toast right here. And then I want to show you one more thing. And I'm hoping that we could take a little trip by video to McKee's Rocks, because I want to show you how everything works into the factory here. But you can't miss the bread pudding.
Oh, yeah.
And packed inside with your loaves of bread is a beautiful laminated card that has the French toast and a bread pudding recipe.
Yes.
Both very easy to make and both great for the summer.
Oh, wait, we got this video queued up. You ready to see it?
Oh, I would love it.
Walk us through this.
Yeah, please. So McKee's Rocks, so starting out in small batches, using the freshest ingredients, sustainable whenever they can, especially the eggs in there. Look, all hands on deck. Still a bakery that has a lot of bakers working. So they take that dough and they sheet it out, and you've got Bernie, Generation 4, is standing right there on the left. He is still monitoring things at the bakery. It gets rolled up with the cinnamon sugar. Everything gets weighed and cut and measured and then put into, you'll note, a specially designed crimp pan, because the loaves are round and they've got really nice rounded edges on them. We cut them for you in half, but when it's done baking and cooled off slightly, it goes into a butter bath. It gets hand finished off with a generous amount of that Vietnamese, Indonesian cinnamon sugar, gets sliced up, gets put into bags, and then gets shipped to you fresh. So you've got a couple days to think about it, or pop it into the freezer and you are good to go. But I want to show everybody, if we can, Monifa, a little demonstration on that butter bath.
Please, the butter bath. Please
I
show us the butter bath. Yes.
Why do we win the awards every year? Why has our QVC family fallen in love with this 150-year-old 5-generation company? Because look, just the way it was made 150 years ago, you note the roundness and all of the edges. So finished off, a glistening, warm, and creamy butter bath all the way through. So all the nooks and crannies on those round edges get loaded. Look, you can see it's dripping. And then it gets popped into that cinnamon sugar, and it gets finished off with the cinnamon sugar all the way around. So it fills in every single little space. And then on the ends, on both sides. And now look, so you can imagine when you get it home and it's already sliced up and you pop slices into your toaster or you warm them up, what happens is that butter and cinnamon sugar gets warmed up and gets crispy all around the outside. So you get that beautiful crumb and texture from that yeast bread, but you also get that delicious cinnamon sugar crunch on there. That's what makes our bread so exceptional.
If I'm honest about it, you had me at cinnamon sugar. Like, I was sold. I'm going to get into this because why not? Like, this is the best. Please. You remember, there's no choice to make. You're getting 6 loaves of this. So you're getting 2 of that cinnamon swirl, that's the original, 2 of the cinnamon swirl chocolate chip, and then 2 of the cinnamon swirl strawberry. So no choice to make. All of these you're getting. I love what you said. Pop them in the fridge for a couple of days, and if you feel like you're not going through them, you can pop them in the freezer. How long do they stay in the freezer? And then once I take them out, how long? How do I cook them from? Do I let them thaw? What's that?
Well, I wouldn't put them into the fridge, actually. Keep them fresh on your countertop. There's nothing artificial there, so you do want to eat them. Refrigeration for bread, as such, is not really a great idea. I mean, you can, especially if you're going to use it to make French toast or a recipe like a bread pudding. Refrigeration is fine, but it kind of affects the texture. In the freezer is beautiful.
Got it.
So you got 6 months to think about it. pull it out, it thaws in rapid fashion, or just take a few slices out as you need them and just roll it back up. I mean, these bags are specially designed. They're a little bit thicker, so they keep it nice and protected in the freezer. You've got a little tag here on the front that holds everything together. But getting 6 loaves, if I show you, I'm going to take this tray. This is all of the bread you are getting.
Let me tell you
this
something.
This is 6 of our demi loaves.
My husband would take one of these, or two. He would pop that thing in that toaster. He would get it nice and warm. He would dip that in his coffee. He is a coffee dipper. He loves his coffee, and he loves to dip something in that coffee. He would totally do that with this. For me, I love that idea of that French toast. Hello. I love an idea of making it warm and popping some ice cream on top. I'm an ice cream girl, if y'all haven't figured that out. I love me some ice cream. It's summertime especially. I'm going in on the ice cream. Don't judge me. Thank you so much. So I love the idea of making this nice and warm, putting some ice cream on top, maybe drizzling it with a little bit of caramel or chocolate sauce, a little bit of whipped cream on top of that. My carb lovers, you don't need a thing. You know, you can just go straight in, grab one of these and have it as that little afternoon snack or that little evening snack, or make this as a little dessert. People go crazy for this. I remember one of our producers here, Marie Louise, she just eats it out the bag. She loves it so much, like your husband. Just eats it right out the bag. She don't need to warm it up, nothing. She just takes it and eats it and is happy.
You know, it's really great. I do the same thing when I'm setting up here, probably when I finish tonight. I loved the butter, that the fresh grass-fed butter that's soft that you could spread is so good on this. Just a nice little spread of butter on here without even toasting it up. And you taste all of that tradition.
What about honey butter? Would you put some honey butter on that thing?
Sugar, honey butter, all different kinds of things you could do on there. And you know, this makes a really great sandwich. I have to say, I know that we've all gotten used to our white breads and some of other things we've loved through the years, our whole grain breads, but there's something incredibly special about a toasted piece of cinnamon or strawberry with tuna salad or a chicken salad on it with that crunch of the bread. Just that little bit of a crunch of sweet cinnamon on the outside makes it so incredibly special.
You had me at cinnamon sugar.
See this French toast?
I told you. You had me at the cinnamon sugar.
Should we see this one more time?
You had me at the cinnamon sugar. No choice to make. You're getting 6 of the 9-ounce loaves. You're getting 2 of the cinnamon swirl, 2 of the cinnamon swirl chocolate chip, and 2 of the cinnamon swirl strawberry for $29. Your 3 easy payments are $9.67. It's M95813. Marie Louise, thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure. Love to everybody.
You take care now. That was good, y'all. Don't leave anything in your cart checkout, especially for all the things that we were getting limited. You know, you can always go to QVC.com. If you click on items recently on air on QVC2, you can shop the entire 2-hour show and, you know, get some really good stuff home, especially in time for the 4th of July. Taking a quick break, not going anywhere. I have 1 more hour coming up of Fashion Belle by Kim Gravel. I think it's like our precursor to our Kimathon that's getting ready to happen this week. So I'll see you in a moment.